a gentleman named A. Tilt founded the Diamond T Motor Car Company in Chicago back in 1905. The company logo was created by combining the T for tilt and framing the T within a diamond frame. Incidentally, the company logo was fashioned after his father's logo. Tilt's father was a shoe manufacturer. His father's company logo was also a big T for tilt, framed by a diamond, which signified high quality. Diamond T started manufacturing touring cars, but the company's claim to fame was earned by manufacturing trucks for the commercial market and for the military. Commercial models, 1928 to 1929. A closed cab with doors was introduced. All-wheel hydraulic drum brakes were used. 6-cylinder engines were available from Continental and Hercules for heavy trucks, and a 4-cylinder Buda engine powered light trucks. All trucks had geared differential rear axles. By 1929, there were chassis load ratings, the weight of the body and the payload, up to 12 tons on 3-axle trucks. In 1933, a new all-steel covered cab with doors and roll-up windows was introduced. A style change improvement was introduced in 1935, a streamlined V-style windshield. The new design cab would be used on commercial and military trucks until it was replaced in 1951. Mechanically, the 1935 truck saw numerous improvements and new models were introduced. By 1940, Diamond T trucks were equipped with Hercules 6-cylinder gasoline and diesel engines up to 118 horsepower, along with Cummins diesels up to 200 horsepower. In 1941, production of commercial trucks was stopped for military production. By 1944, commercial truck manufacturing resumed, and a small number of commercial trucks were built. Diamond T saw its first full year of commercial truck production in 1946. There were 5 models in 1947, and soon there were 14 models. Enter the White Motor Company. In 1957, Rio Motor Car Company was acquired by the White Motor Company. A year later, White acquired Diamond T. Since White had acquired the Rio Motor Car Company a year earlier, White eventually combined the Diamond T and Rio companies together and created the Diamond Rio division in 1967. From its beginnings, manufacturing touring cars, the company later became known for its trucks, both commercial and military. Oh, please take a quick moment to subscribe and like this video.
And this is the 1955 Diamond T 921 with sleeper by Neo Scale Models. It's a die-cast frame with a resin cab and resin sleeper. Comes in there a standard box, the hardboard sleeve, black plastic display base, and clear plastic lens. Also, it has the mirror piece behind it so you can see the passenger side. Underneath, you can see it says Neo 64045. Back of the packaging, fancy packaging, but it just says Neo Scale Models and it has their website. Now, I love to take them out, but this box will really protect your model from dust, which we don't like to dust. But I like to take them out because this will make a great vintage truck diorama, vintage truck show at the county fair, or just a nice old truck sitting at the farm, or it could also be a pretty cool truck running down the highway. After all, occasionally you do see these vintage guys still earning their keep. It has Diamond T 921 1955 on the base plate, and it's just attached with 2 Phillips head screws. Now, to make sure you don't damage anything, please hold that frame with your thumb under the base plate and your forefinger on the frame and squeeze it. That way you don't break any parts off the truck when you take it out. Then it's just a couple of twists with a screwdriver.
The Neo Scale Models is a 1955 Diamond T 921 truck. The truck is painted in the colors of the Denver-Chicago truck line. The Denver-Chicago was the first transcontinental truck line. Their trucks traveled west from Denver to Seattle and San Diego, east to New York. During its time of operation, the Denver-Chicago truck line was the first and only coast-to-coast freight line.
And we'll just go on and pick him up and look at him and bring him up close. It rides on 5-spoke Dayton-style rear wheels that are red with red rims and red center caps, and it has 6-hole Bud wheels on the front that are also painted red. Now, this body paint scheme was actually from a picture of an old Denver-Chicago truck. Black fenders, green cab, green sleeper, and red frame and red wheels. It has the little lube finer oil filter there. It has a fuel tank with steps on it, and it has matte black paint to make it look like it has, you know, the grip tape they put on them so that you didn't slip, the non-slip material. There's a Diamond T logo on the hood, and it says Diamond T on the door. It has mirrors, door handles, and grab bar. Those are individual pieces. The windshields and the side windows are all vacuum formed, and they're trimmed with photo etched silver on the driver's and passenger side and black paint on the front window. There is latches for the butterfly style hood that are tampoed in black. The sleeper box has a door into the sleeper and a toolbox. There's also a battery box underneath the sleeper mounted off the frame. Around to the front, it has the Diamond T bar style grill, the Diamond T logo above the grill, and it also has the center line, which is an individual part. Now, the grill is chrome plated, which is really, really nice. And then you see individual jewel style headlights right there on the fenders, and then up on top of the fenders you can see the 2 turn signals, and they are painted metallic orange. They're not individual parts, they're just part of the fender, and then they're painted orange. It has a straight bumper, and it has a license plate on it, which looks like a California plate. There are photo etched windshield wipers, and be careful with those, they can be easily flicked off. And then the interior is dark gray seats, dark gray steering wheel, dark gray dashboard. Really nice inside them. Over on the passenger side, looks very much like the other, only there's no oil filter here, but there is an air cleaner hanging on this side. Grab bar, door handle, mirrors, and all the rest of the details. Fender there. What's kind of unique about this truck is normally the exhaust stack would have been up here by the door ahead of the sleeper box, but on this the real truck, the picture of the Denver-Chicago that they molded this one after, had the muffler and the exhaust mounted behind the box. Not really sure why they did that, but that's the way it was on the model that they used. Round to the back, and you can see it has individual jewel style brake lights. Really nice since it's a red frame. And then you can see another license plate. Very nice vintage tread pattern on each tire. And then up a little bit, and you can see it has a 5th wheel. And it has a kingpin hole for DCP and first gear trailers, or pretty much anything that uses the standard 64 scale straight kingpin. Hopping underneath, it has the torsion bar rear suspension, drive shafts, rear differentials, really nice. Bottom of the engine detail, bottom of transmission detail. Front spring suspension with steering tie rod connecting it. Now there is no steering on this one, just straight axles, but that's alright. Neo, sometimes they free roll and sometimes they don't on the axles. But really, who really pushes these around to play with them? There's the exhaust coming out and going up, and you can also see that bracket that it hangs off of. Neo scale models tampoed on the lower frame rail, and the 164 Diamond T921 1955 tampoed on the upper frame rail. Super nice job they did on this truck. Now up on the roof, you can see the center line marker for the driver to make his driving easier. A single air horn in the center of the cab, very common of the 50s, 60s, and very, very classic. Now, this is back before the extra lights were required on the roof. It just has the two, one on each corner, the clearance lights. They're individual resin parts, and they have a little bit of amber metallic orange paint to look like amber lenses on top of the silver paint to make them look like they're aluminum. Really nice pieces. Now this truck was a classic highway truck. More of an East Coast truck than a West Coast, so you probably wouldn't normally see sleepers on them or this long a frame, but they did run out west, so you would. This was a true truck, and as I said, I've seen an actual picture of it for Denver, Chicago, so what I'm going to do is hook it up with a dry van so you can see what she looks like with a real trailer hooked up. And there we go, guys. That is pretty much the way that picture was. It was hauling a vintage dry van. Probably it was a 35 foot instead of a 40 foot. Maybe even a 32 foot for the age, but same idea. And that is a 1955 Diamond T 921 with sleeper by Neo Scale Models in resin and die-cast, pulling a Die-Cast Promotions 40-foot vintage dry van trailer.
What are your thoughts on the Diamond T trucks and Neo Scale Models trucks? Drop them down in the comments below. Since they are made in very limited quantities, I have a few of these Diamond T 921s left to sell. And once they're gone, the link will be taken down. So order now with the link down in the description below. Also, grab my report on tips for valuing your collection. Since these models are made in such limited numbers, they are sure to go up in value. There's a link for that down in the description below as well. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, the founder of Advantage Diecast, and I'll be back with another episode of Toy Talk soon.